condo financing rules for 2026, what every buyer needs to know. Hello, I'm Natasha Tomlinson, an Arizona realtor specializing in helping buyers and sellers understand today's real estate market so they can make informed decisions. Did you know you can qualify for a mortgage, find the perfect condo for you, and still have your loan denied because of the condominium, not because of you? Today, I'm going to explain the new 2026 condo financing rules, what changed, and what every seller, buyer, veteran, and investor needs to know before making an offer. So let's get started. What does it mean when a condo is warrantable? One of the biggest surprises for many buyers is learning that when you purchase a condo, it's not just you who has to qualify for the mortgage. The condominium project must qualify too. A condo that meets Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines is commonly called a warrantable condo. If the project doesn't meet those guidelines, financing options may be more limited, which can affect affordability and resale. That's why understanding the project is just as important as understanding the individual unit. Let's see. Change one. Number of changes. The first one to small condo projects. One of the biggest updates involves smaller condominium projects. Previously simplified reviews generally applied only to projects with 2 to 4 units. Well, beginning August 3rd of 2026, projects with up to 10 units may not require a project review if they meet the new eligibility requirements. Something to consider. However, there is an important exception. If the project is part of a larger master association, a larger development, a full review may still be required. So the takeaway from this, do not assume that because the condo isn't a small project, financing will automatically be easier. Ask your real estate professional and your lender to review the project early in the process. Save some headaches. Change number 2. Limited reviews are going away. Another significant change is the elimination of the limited review process. Unless a condominium qualifies under the new small project rules, it will generally require a full project review. That means lenders may need more documentation from you, from the project, from the homeowners association before approving financing. For buyers, this reinforces the importance of working with a knowledgeable real estate professional and lender who understands condominium finances and the changes. Waiting until the last minute to verify project eligibility can create unnecessary delays. Change number 3. Changes to investor ownership rules. This update is really especially interesting. For established condominium projects, the previous limit on investor ownership has been removed. Yay for investors. Historically, too many investor-owned units could limit financing options in the community. That restriction has changed for many established projects. However, if you are looking at a brand new condominium project, beware, investor ownership limits may still apply. Okay. For buyers, this It doesn't necessarily change your purchase decision, but it's another reason to ask questions about the project before writing the offer. For investors, this may create opportunities in established condominium communities that may not have existed before or may have had previous financing challenges. Change number 4 is to insurance requirements. Insurance has become an increasingly important part of condominium financing, of all financing when involving homeownership. The updated guidelines include changes related to roof coverage, master insurance policies, individual unit owner responsibilities. Insurance issues have delayed or even prevented financing in some condominium communities across the entire country, not just in Arizona. So before purchasing a condo, buyers should ask, is the association adequately insured? Are there any pending insurance issues? If so, what are they? Have premiums increased significantly? Are there any special assessments related to insurance? Understanding these details early on in the process can help prevent surprises and headaches later. Now, let's touch on VA loans and condominiums. Talking specifically to VA home loans, VA buyers, because there are a few things that make buying a condominium with a VA loan a little different. First, not every condominium is eligible for VA financing. Unlike conventional financing, the condominium project generally needs to be approved by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs before a VA loan can be used. The good news is that many Arizona condo communities are already VA approved. If you are a veteran or an active duty service member, your lender or your real estate professional can check whether a project appears on the VA's approved condominium list before you spend time making an offer. If the condo isn't currently approved, that doesn't always mean that it's off the table. In some situations, it may be possible for the project to go through the VA approval process, although that can take additional time and depends on the associations meeting VA requirements and their response times. Another advantage of a VA loan is that eligible buyers may be able to purchase with no down payment depending on the loan amount, entitlement, and lender guidelines. That can make homeownership much more accessible. VA loans also typically do not require monthly mortgage insurance, which may help reduce the overall monthly housing payment compared to some other loan programs. And here's something many people don't realize. If you're purchasing a condominium from a seller who already has a VA loan, that loan is assumable, which has other options for you to explore. Yes, VA loans are assumable, which means a qualified buyer may be able to assume the seller's existing mortgage, subject to lender's approval and the terms of that loan. If that existing interest rate is significantly lower than today's market rates, which pretty much they are, it can become a meaningful selling feature for that property. Now remember, every situation is different, so it's important to work with a knowledgeable real estate professional and lender who understands VA financing and condominium requirements. The key takeaway is this: if you're using a VA loan, do not assume every condo qualifies, and don't assume a condo that isn't immediately eligible cannot be purchased. Ask the questions early, verify the project status, and explore all of your financing options before making an offer. You know, prevent headaches. So, what buyers should do before making an offer? If you're considering purchase a condominium, here are a few questions to ask. Does the condo qualify for conventional financing? Has the lender reviewed the project? Is there a current budget available? Are there pending special assessments in that community? Are reserve funds adequately funded? What are the homeowners association fees and how often are they paid? Are there rental restrictions? What insurance coverage does the association carry? These questions can save time, money, and frustration. So, how does this impact sellers and investors? If you are selling a condo, these financing changes may influence your buyer pool. Being prepared with homeowners association documents, insurance information, budgets, and project details can help buyers and lenders move through the approval process more smoothly. For investors, the removal of certain investor ownership limits in established projects can create additional opportunities. Depending on the community and the municipality and financing guidelines, every condominium project is different, so understanding the details really matters. Buying a condominium can be a great option, but today's buyers need to understand more than just the purchase price. The financial health of the homeowners association, of the HOA, insurance coverage, insurance eligibility, and project guidelines all play a role in a successful transaction. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in a condominium in Arizona and you'd like help understanding your options, I'd be happy to help you navigate the process. So, what is your biggest question about buying a condo in Arizona? Leave it in the comments. I read every comment, and your question may become the topic of my next video. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.